And Peter's first, so Bizzabo is up next. Up first, I should say. Woo! There you go, there's the energy. Thanks. Oh wait, while he just plugs in, we're streaming live tonight, so tweet. The hashtag tonight is SFNT. We have the tweet vault running in the back. If you're lucky, you'll see your name on the big screen. But let people know that you're in the room. They can join us by just visiting sfnewtech.com. We're streaming live around the world. Yes. So Peter, you have 5 minutes on the clock. That's how it works. And then we do a 5-minute Q&A. So you guys think of hard questions. Let's make Peter sweat tonight.
As soon as the screen comes up, we'll be good to go. There we go. Okay, thank you, Miles, and the crowd. My name is Peter Mullen. As Miles said, I'm working business development for Bizzabo. Kind of a funny name, but hope it'll catch on. But Bizzabo is a company that was founded in Israel about, I would say a year and a half to 2 years ago. They spent about a year to a year and a half in development and came out with not just a conference networking app, but a whole environment that takes care of all the constituencies around a large conference or event. And that would be the attendees, but also the event organizers, as well as the sponsors and exhibitors who actually pay good money to gain access and to show their wares at various conferences and events around the world. Now, one of the main tenets of the design, or the design center around Bizzabo, was to have one app for all the events that you go to. For those of you who know me, I'm a very prolific event attender, and I'm a very active networker. It's very important to my role as a business developer for multiple companies, but it's nice to have an app to help facilitate that, be able to discover events, find people, learn information about them so that you can target various people to talk to. We've all kind of been at big events. You don't know who to target, or you're relying on serendipity to get going. So in terms of setting up an event, there's a very rich event organizer dashboard. It's very easy to set up. You put the links, you upload the logo, just basic event information about the time and date, and then press save and then make live, and it's then made available in the environment for the mobile app. And what we're going to demo here is the mobile app, which is available in both the iPhone and the iPhone App Store and the Google Play store. But let's go ahead and go through the demo now. So I've downloaded the app. When you do download and you want to start searching for events, one of the first things you're going to be asked to do is to authenticate through your LinkedIn profile. So it is built around LinkedIn as more, kind of the premier professional networking tool. And so that's kind of the basis for, discovering and finding information about people. So there is a event discovery, and this is fed basically through Eventbrite for now, and we're going to have others like TicketLeap and Andiamo in Europe and all that other kind of thing. But it allows you to scroll through and just look for various events. And for those of you who are familiar with the Launch Festival, that's coming up the next couple of weeks or so. That app, the event's already been loaded. You can see here you've got information about the event. There's the event website. You've got some basic information about the event. There's some of the people that have already checked in. And I'm going to go ahead and join the Launch Festival and say that I'm going. So it's basically just says I'm actually going to the event, not initially bought a ticket. Now what it does is it brings up the next screen, which allows you to share it to your various social networks, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Again, assuming that you've already authenticated. Let's say I don't want to tweet this, but I want to go ahead and share it to my LinkedIn and Facebook friends, and then it's done. And it will publish, you might have noticed the window where the message was. You can override that. There is a basic message, and it includes the Twitter hashtag. Now, once you've joined the community, you can see who's actually there. So you notice, Robert Scoble has joined the event community. You can do things like look at their LinkedIn profile, and if you're not connected via LinkedIn, then oopsie. Don't you love live demos? Okay, there's the back button. You can also send a LinkedIn connection request in the app. You can also view the Twitter stream. You can send the person a private message. We've got a default message. You can override that. And then you can also flag them as a lead, so for follow-up later, and then undo that as well. So that's how you kind of discover, who's going to the event. You can also do searches on titles, CEOs, CTOs, developers, that kind of stuff. Another thing that's really cool is if they put the agenda up there, you can look at the agenda and log that for future reference. This is the offers tab, or what we call partners tab. That's where exhibitors and sponsors can actually put promotions, put advertising, that kind of thing. Another thing it does is it keeps track of all your messages through all your events that you've gone back and forth, so you can always refer back to them. Okay, 10 seconds. Can I cut into my Q&A? Just another couple of things is it does keep track of past events as well. So, for example, these are just a number of events that I've already gone to and checked out as well. And then here's one coming up tomorrow called NESCON at NESGSV. Again, some of the people there that I've already linked up with, and you can see that it says I'm already going. So again, the whole idea. Oh, another thing here is that you can keep track of the Twitter buzz through the hashtag. So you can. That's another pretty neat feature in the app. So, well, given that my time's up, I'll go ahead and open it up for questions if you have any.
Thank you, Peter.
Yes, right here, Miles.
What's the revenue model for an organizer for an event this size?
Right now, for the past year and a half, we've done about 1,500 events so far around the world. It was launched in Europe, and just over the last couple of months, it's been launched here in the U.S. It's been free up until about the next month or so. We're going to implement a premium model. So the first, it's going to be in tiers in event sizes from like 0 to 100 will be free, 100 and 250 will be about $300, and then various tiers up to $1,000 for 1,000 and above. Then we're also going to take a transaction fee off some of the promotions and offers that are made through the sponsors and promoters tab.
Okay, so you make it, you provide a widget or something for the event organizer to put on the site to allow people to know that it's a...
Yeah, I mean, it would have been overkill to try and show the event organizer dashboard as well as the app itself, but yeah, you have the ability that, once you make an event live, it'll then take you through another screen with, promote, and then there is an email template, there's a widget you can put on your website to have people connect and download the app. And the various links that has a nice, really built page. It actually shows a sample of who's going, kind of like Plancast was. In fact, we kind of on the side is Plancast meets Foursquare meets LinkedIn meets Eventbrite. So it kind of mashes together a lot of those different functions in a very rich, full-featured conference app.
So it actually has a function that allows people to arrange to meet at the event, prior to the event?
Through the messaging, I don't know maybe what you're referring to. If you certainly got some design ideas, we'd love to hear them.
Cool.
Hi. I think the value prop to the attendee is pretty clear to me. Like, as a biz dev person, I would love to know who's going to be at the events. Over here.
Where?
My question for you is more on the organizer side. What's kind of the value proposition for them signing up for the service and using you guys? And what kind of obstacles have you encountered so far?
Okay, a couple of things on the organizer side. And as you can imagine, the adoption from organizers have been from one end of the spectrum to the other. Some organizers, for some reason, don't want to use it, but others. A couple of things. One is it can make your event more attractive in terms of just being kind of a core networking event. Okay, it gives people more detailed information about who's attending, through their LinkedIn profiles, and it's totally opt-in, so it's not very stocky. People are putting themselves out there to be, viewed and meeting, if you will. But when everybody joins the community, you have the option to socialize it. So what it does is it gives it additional buzz through all your social channels. I have I think roughly a couple of thousand when you add up my LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. So every time that I join an event and socialize it, there's going to be about 2,000 people that get wind of the event. The third thing is you gain more insight into your user behavior, how they're networking, how they're sharing information about themselves and sending messages. And there's also a very, rich analytics environment. Again, can't show the whole thing here, but there's a report published after every event for the organizer to show them how many people join the community, and you can map that against, how many people actually registered for the event itself. It shows the number of shares to the various social networks that all the attendees have made. It shows how many messages that were sent back, how many profiles were viewed, how many times the agenda was viewed. So that's kind of a cool thing that the event organizers like when they go out there. And then another thing about the organizers is it gives the sponsors another channel for access to the high value attendees. Given that this is really designed to be a professional networking tool at the events, and so the demographics of people who actually use this is pretty high, and so it also gives the organizers the ability to push messages out to all the attendees. So, for example, say the agenda change. Oh, we have to cancel the 11 o'clock, lunch, whatever, or we've moved it out to this other area. Organizers are typically challenged with that. You can just push a message out and it just comes out just like any other standard notification. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Do you create, I'm sorry for my accent.
I sound like I have an accent.
Do you create relevant groups for events in social networks? So a group for automatically create that group for event in Facebook,
No, I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Actually, I see it as you repeat several aspects of similar functionality of Facebook for events. So it would be logical that you create these parts of functionality in Facebook. To create a group for this event in Facebook and map your other things there. No?
That's an interesting idea. I don't know what else to say.
That's the question, yeah. Okay.
Are you building in a Facebook app? I think the question is, are you integrating deeper within a Facebook?
Well, yeah, deeper.
Deep integration into Facebook.
Yes, sir.
I honestly don't know. I'm happy to take the question offline and get back to you if that's of real interest.
And final question, Peter, because we are out of time.
Okay.
What kind of fee structure do you have for event organizers like this?
What do you mean fee structure?
Well, you have a revenue model, right?
Yes.
Okay, so where are you making your money?
That was the first question. It's a freemium model, so it is tiered based on the number of actual attendees that attend an event. So the first tier is probably going to stop around 100, second 250, third 500, and fourth 1,000. So it'll be 0, 300, 600, $1,000. So there's a couple of different models for conference event apps. One is the multi-event app, of which Bizzabo is one. The other one is there's a company called Double Dutch. They actually build custom apps for a single event, and they charge a lot of money for it, and they're making a lot of revenue. But you actually have to download an app for every single event you go to. So we're hoping that to make this the standard for the multi-event app industry. So far, doing pretty good. We signed up Marketo. We signed up the Always On Network. Got the Dublin Web Summit Pioneers Festival in Europe. So we're signing up some pretty big names here, and we're kind of just going after the general tech market. So it's a crowded space, but we feel ours is pretty best in class. So.
Right on. Surveying crowded space for crowded spaces.
Crowded space for crowded.
Peter, good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bizzabo.